wonderful occasion. I do want to remind you that we'd like you to turn off your cell phones or any other kind of electronic devices as we begin this formal ceremony. The Woodbury High School Air Force Junior ROTC cadets will now present the colors. Please stand, and gentlemen, please remove your caps. Would the class of 2014 please be seated, and gentlemen, restore your caps. With us this afternoon are the following special guests. First of all, District 833 Board of Education Chair, Mr. Ron Caff. Accompanied by the following board members: Mrs. Katie McKelvey-Stevens, Mr. Jim Gelpin, Mrs. Lori Johnston, Mrs. Katie Schwartz, and Mrs. Sharon Van Lee. Also present today is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Keith Jacobus. And then at the back of the arena, we have Mrs. Ginger Garski and Mr. Jason Gagnon from Woodbury High School. And on stage are two assistant principals, Mr. Todd Herbert and Mr. Rob Bach. And it is with great honor that I present to you our honored staff. These are teachers who are selected by the class of 2014. First of all, Mr. Andy Hill. Mrs. Hank Freeman. Mr. John Holman. Mr. Roald Satter. Mr. Scott Swanson. please. Ms. Teresa Van Ruden. Mr. Tom Racine. Mr. Ted Welch. Also selected by the class but not present today is Mrs. Cindy Lack. Woodbury High School has department leaders in each of our departments. Present today are Mr. Darrell Timmer, the department chair for choral music, Mrs. Teresa Moran for world languages, Mr. Terry Sunnison, physical education and health, Mrs. Rachel Warner for mathematics, Mrs. Mary Holden for counseling, Mrs. Holly Redanke, family and consumer science, Mr. Roald Saturn, social studies, and Mr. Tom Petzold, junior ROTC. We would also like to mention the Woodbury High School staff members who will be retiring this year. They include, not present, but Miss Carrie Dietz, Mrs. Ann Leek, not present but retiring, Mr. Rick Light, not present but retiring, Miss Therese Murray, Mr. Terry Sunnison, Mr. Scott Swanson. And Mrs. Linda Plant. And as you look at our staff members, I'd like you to please picture the hundreds, perhaps thousands of dedicated educational professionals who have worked with these students and their parents to make this day and the days ahead possible. This class of 2014 is a great class, and it's composed of excellent students who have done outstanding work at Woodbury High School. We have 56 students who will be graduating with a designation summa cum laude, signifying a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher. Please note them in your program. We have 131 members of this class, who have a cumulative GPA of 3.66 or higher, and a total of 170 students who are wearing an honor sash for their outstanding scholarship. Would all honor students wearing sashes signifying a grade point average of 3.5 or higher for 4 years of high school please stand at this time? Additionally, this class has 3 National Merit Scholarship finalists, and with these individuals, please stand. Carolyn Donrose, Kimberly Mao, and Samukta Malakuri. Additionally, Christian Castro was a recipient of the National Hispanic Recognition Scholar Program, and David and Daniel Lundberg were both recipients of the Merit Program Special Scholarship category. Let's give them a round of applause. The following students achieved status as the top 10 students in this class based on grade point average for 4 years of high school. And would they stand as I read their name? Emily Schomer. Sam Garvey. Lundberg. Okay. The valedictorian and salutatorian represent the two top students in this graduating class, and the salutatorian is Eric Fleming. Let's give him a round of applause. And now it is my great honor to present the valedictorian of this class of 2014 to give his valedictory address, Mr. David Lundberg.
On September 12, 1962, John F. Kennedy spoke to a nation on the brink of greatness. He said, "We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they're easy, but because they are hard." With these words, he posed a challenge greater than any before it, so ridiculous in fact that there isn't even a reasonable modern-day equivalent, and set the stage for either a most outstanding triumph or a most miserable failure. But why did he do it? Because he knew more than anybody that things don't just happen, they are made to happen. He knew those who dared to fail miserably achieved greatly, and he knew it could be done. On that day in September, Kennedy spoke to a nation perfectly capable of meeting his challenges. And today, I'm speaking to a group of students just as capable. In the last 4 years, we've played in state tournaments, put on musicals, marched at the Metrodome, won art awards, earned prestigious scholarships, and saved hundreds of lives by organizing blood drives. And in a large part because of what we as students have done, Woodbury High School was ranked as the 9th best high school in Minnesota. Putting us about 10 spots ahead of East Ridge. Going back now, when Kennedy said those words, I know there were skeptics. I'm sure a lot of people thought we couldn't go to the moon, or just thought it would be foolish to try. And that's exactly why he had to say what he did. In whatever you want to do, starting is one of the hardest parts. You can meet any challenge you're willing to accept, but that's scary when it's a challenge no one has ever met before. Uncertainty is unnerving for many people, but if you think about it, today is a celebration of uncertainty. We just finished high school, and now it's up to us to decide which path our lives will take. There are doctors, teachers, scientists, lawyers, and pilots sitting in front of me. Next to engineers, athletes, journalists, soldiers, nurses, and maybe there are a few people going into careers that don't exist yet. We can do anything that's ever been done before, and also anything imaginable. You just have to start. Mark Twain once said, and I'm sure Mr. Light could vouch for this since he was probably there to hear it firsthand. There's nothing that cannot happen today. I guess that's supposed to be a motivational quote, but I think it's kind of ridiculous. Obviously there's a ton of stuff that can't happen today, but those things that aren't going to happen today won't happen tomorrow or next week or in a few years either, unless you start working at them sometime. At this point in my speech, I'm sure my former English teacher, Miss Wise, would be disgusted. I bet she'd be thinking, how dare you disagree with my way, Mark Twain? Now, I feel like I need to do something to appease her here. I bet she'd like it if I quoted Kanye West. At the 47th Grammy Awards, wearing a white-on-white suit with a pop collar, looking just as silly as we are in these blue gowns, he accepted his award for Best Rap Album and said, "A lot of people don't appreciate the moment until it's past." Now, I think it'd be lame to tell you that your moment is now, so all I'll say is, the only time you can change the future is in the present. Now I need to repeat Kennedy's challenge. We all won't go to the moon, but everyone has those other things. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you love. Think of the biggest challenge you can involving that. It's a challenge you're willing to accept, a challenge you're unwilling to postpone, and a challenge you intend to win. Nothing can stop you from meeting it. From the time Kennedy gave his speech, it took 6 years, 10 months, and 8 days for a man to walk on the moon. How long will it take you to meet your challenge?
Thank you, David. The Woodbury High School Concert Choir, under the direction of Mr. Darrell Timmer, will now sing Emerald Stream by Seth Houston. Mr. Tim.
Come now and gather in the glade where the emerald stream and the evening shade, and meditate on the words he's made, great God, our sovereign Lord. Join us now, the meadow is green, and the water's pure, and the woods serene, and the flowing air is fresh and clean, where God his blessings pour. Feel the wind come down, hear it whistle as it goes, hear the whistle sound and whistle and goes. A blessing from above. And the sun comes up, and the sun goes down, and the sun comes up, and the sun goes down, in witness to his love. Hear now the sounds of men for dangerous, whose great God and the Lord waits it once again to see what we have done. As God is the shepherd and we are the sheep, we, our Mother Earth, must keep, maintain the air, protect the deep, at Judgment Day he'll come. See the Lord come down, hear his wisdom as he goes, hear the words of sound and as he goes. Remember all his power. See the Lord come down, face shining bright, his holy goodness will shine and bright. You will regret that hour. So now, when people beware, you're in charge of the seas and the earth and the air, you better take extraordinary care of the earth, our only home. All glory be to God on high, shout praises loudly to the sky, listen to the earth and hear her cry, and in heaven forever roam.
Thank you to the choir. Now a moment we're all waiting for. At this time, our honored staff speaker, Mr. Scott Swanson.
First of all, I'd like to thank the class of 2014 for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. This is my last graduation also, so I'm honored and privileged for the chance to do that. When I found out that I was going to be speaking, I started asking my classes, what do you want me to talk about? What should I say? And a couple of my students said, you should just wing it, Swan. Just wing it. And I go, I'm not going to wing it. And they said, well, just do what you do. And I said, well, I can't show a movie. No, they said, do what you do. Teach us, tell us stories. So I said, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I think what I will do is teach my last class ever at Woodbury High School. So I wanted to have a wireless mic, but they couldn't make that work. But if I'm going to teach my last class, it's going to be in a sweater. So we're going to start now. Cooler, take your headphones off, put your iPad away. Julio, take your earbuds out. Ditzel, quit texting your boyfriend. Buckeye, wake up. What I wanted to talk to you about today was creating a positive vision of your future. I think a lot of my psychology class students will think of this as a little bit of a review, but not everybody took that class, and I think it's a message that needs to be heard. It all started with a discussion about James Marcia. This is where I get a little teachery here, so just pay attention. It'll all come back in the end. James Marcia was a developmental psychologist that spent a lot of time working on or refining Erik Erikson's stage of adolescent identity crisis. And there were 4 states that he talked about, but there were 2 in particular that I thought were interesting. One was called identity achievement. An adolescent that is in identity achievement has a well-defined self-concept and a well-defined set of values, beliefs, and goals. He's basically committed to something and he's searching for something still. And he will create that search also into adulthood and refine his ideas, beliefs, and values. The other one that I thought was interesting was called identity diffusion. It's basically the opposite of identity achievement. I think we have a lot of students in here that have fulfilled that identity achievement, but there might still be a few that are in identity diffusion. They're not searching for anything and they're not committed to anything. They don't have that set of beliefs, values, or goals, or that well-defined self-concept. So I thought it was important that we should get them off the fence and help them create a positive vision of their future. So the first thing we do is we write a paper. Where would you like to be in 5 years? If you could do anything you wanted to do in the world, be in the best place you could dream of, dream big, write it down. Then we talked about where would you like to be in 20 years? And then 40. Maybe you want to have a private jet. People have private jets. Dream big. So create that vision of your future in your head. See it, envision it, let it be there. Now, talk's cheap. You can't buy it back. Anybody can dream, but if they don't put their dreams into action, nothing's going to happen. So the next step was to create a bucket list. Now, I've read a lot of bucket lists over the years, and I can tell you right now that almost every girl in this class wants to either kiss someone in the rain, swim with a dolphin, or take a hot air balloon ride. I'm not really going to tell you some of the goals and ideas that some of the boys had. You might want to talk to your son when he gets home about some of them. This is not the time or place. We got this idea from Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz, famous football coach at Notre Dame. When he was 28 years old, this was in 1966, he was an assistant coach at South Carolina. He had put all of his money down on a brand new house. His wife was 8 months pregnant with their third child, and overnight the head coach resigned. So he didn't have anything to do. He didn't know what he was going to do next. So basically he sat down at his kitchen table and he wrote out what he called his life list. He wrote down 107 things that he wanted to do in his life. They pertain to things like work, adventures, family, spirituality. He wanted to do things like, for example, he wanted to have dinner at the White House. He wanted to meet the Pope. He wanted to be the head coach at Notre Dame. He wanted to win a national championship, jump out of an airplane, be on the Tonight Show, get a hole-in-one. I still want to get a hole-in-one. I'm going to keep practicing until I get one. To date, he has accomplished 95 of those 107 goals. His idea was that he wanted to be a participant in life and not just a spectator. My point is, get that vision, then find some type of way to put that vision into action. He also said that if he would do that, he would be taking big slices out of life every day. And I think that's important. I think we need to take every day and live it to the fullest every day. I learned this a long time ago when I was student teaching in 1978. I student taught for a man, his name was Red Zaski. He had 3 little boys. He had a really, really nice wife, but he was suffering from leukemia. In fact, he died the next year. And I was talking to him about how excited I was to graduate from college and how excited I was to get on with the next phase of my life. And he said, yeah, I know. They're down in the teacher's lounge crossing off the days. And I've had people ask me, are you counting down the days? I said, no, I don't. I learned from Red Zaski. Red Zaski said, I get up every morning. I see how green the grass is, how blue the skies are. And I don't want the day to end. I've always had that motto, and I think that's a good thing for all of us to live by. Let me see if I can put this vision of the future into perspective through Viktor Frankl's eyes. Viktor Frankl wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. He was an Austrian Jewish psychiatrist, and he was put into the Auschwitz concentration camp. He had 3 goals. 1, live. 2, learn something. And 3, help people. And while he was there, he noticed that it wasn't necessarily the strongest, the most beautiful, or the smartest people that were going to survive the camp. A lot of people gave up on life. They just lost the will to live. He said the people that made it out of that camp were people that had something yet to live for in their life. People that had a positive vision of the future. That's what kept them going. I think it's an important thing to develop this positive vision of your future. And dream big. Dream big. Anything can happen. Why not? Make that vision. The United States is renowned around the world for its education programs. Minnesota is a leader in the United States. And like David said, Woodbury was ranked 9th by World News Report as the 9th best school in the state of Minnesota. I would hope that you would take what you've learned here. If you've received a world-class education, take it with you. You're going to be ahead of the pack. Use it. You can be whatever you want to be. Hopefully, you will have a vision and some passion about that vision. Hopefully, your life will have some meaning and purpose. My mom told me on the phone just the other day, Scott, I was wrong. I said, what were you wrong about, Mom? She said, well, I thought you should have gone into business and made a lot of money. And I said, I don't know. And she said, but I was wrong. You were meant to be a teacher and live the kind of life that you want to live. And I want to thank you guys for filling my life with so much meaning and purpose. It's made my life a dream come true. You guys have made my dreams come true. I appreciate that. Like my little granddaughter says every night before she gets tucked into bed by her dad, she quotes from the famous movie The Princess and the Frog. Dream big, work hard. And I hope you guys would do that. And I just want to leave you with this last quote. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. Thank you, and go Runs.
Thank you, Mr. Swanson. I would like to introduce the senior speakers that were chosen by you. They are representing this class of 2014. First will be Emily Schomer, and she will be followed by Adam Sikora. Emily?
Hi, Mom. Welcome, family, friends, members of the band and choir, honored guests, and the class of 2014. My name is Emily Schomer. It is my honor and privilege to speak before you today. But first, let me take a selfie. There are 2 things that you need to know about me. First, I am obsessed with taking pictures. Second, I love corny pickup lines. Call life alert, I've fallen for you and I can't get up. If you hang out with me for even less than an hour, you will notice these two things very quickly. Many of you have posed for pictures with me or have put up with my goofy shenanigans for the last 4 years. Our graduating class is a unique group of people. Because we grew up together, encouraged each other, and discovered one another's crazy quirks. Over time, we explored our individual passions and interests, which will guide us into our futures. Although we are all different, Woodbury High School has provided a common foundation that we will share for the rest of our lives. Have you heard the proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child"? Throughout my life, I have found this to be very true. My triumphs were accomplished not only because of the strength that I possessed, but also because of the members of my village who constantly encouraged me. My heart is full of gratitude for my family, my teachers, my friends, coaches, counselors, and other staff members at Woodbury High School. As you, class of 2014, sit here today, I hope that you are also thinking about the members of your village and how they supported you. Just as others have influenced us, we also have the opportunity to positively impact those we interact with. Former President Ronald Reagan once said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." As we face new and exciting situations, I encourage you to follow your interests and find where you can help others. Living life with a servant's heart is what will make a difference in this world. By serving and encouraging others, we can make our community a better place, even if it is one act of service at a time. Looking back on our high school career, many of us took a risk or tried something new that we were later grateful for. Maybe this was joining a club or sport that became your favorite activity. Perhaps it was saying hi to someone that you didn't know and becoming best friends with them. Or it could have been when you challenged yourself by taking a difficult class. Danny Wallace described this best when he said, "Probably some of the best things that ever happened to you in life happened because you said yes to something. Otherwise, things just sort of stay the same." As we enter our futures, I hope that you continue to take chances. Accomplishing the greatest goals requires the most work and dedication. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability. It's a quote said by the Scottish poet Walter Scott. Maintaining a positive attitude will give us the motivation to reach our goals. We need both commitment and a positive attitude in order to accomplish success. Growing up, I was a cute and sweet little girl who liked bunnies and the color purple. When I was 2 years old, my brother and I spent the afternoon with my grandpa while my parents were out shopping. My grandpa is tough. He grew up in Wyoming, he rode his horse almost every day like a cowboy, and he served in the Navy. On that particular afternoon, my grandpa wanted me to pick up my toys, and I just didn't feel like it. So I put my hands on my hips, looked straight at him, and said, "Grandpa, I'm my own boss." Sometimes life is like a Navy veteran, scary and a bit tough. We need to look hardship straight in the eye and say, "You're not going to bring me down because I'm my own boss." Be strong and courageous as you try new things. Stand up for yourself and be confident that you are capable of accomplishing great things. Over the next few months, we will be scattered all over the country or even the world as we attend college, enter the workforce, or serve in the military. We will face multiple challenges and experience a lot of joy as we follow our chosen careers. Among us, there are people who aspire to be nurses, Wall Street stockbrokers, DJs, or actuaries. Others want to become doctors, supermodels, musicians, and many other professions. I cannot tell you what a privilege it has been to spend the last 4 years with you, class of 2014. Thank you for all the memories, the support, and the laughs. I will truly miss the good times that we shared. As you depart from this place, I encourage you to serve others, to meet every opportunity with a positive attitude, and to take chances. Also, remember to be confident because you are your own boss. Congratulations, class of 2014. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Hey, Madam Sikora. If you've watched the news lately, or if you have a Twitter account, you may have noticed that anyone speaking at a graduation for the class of 2014 is required to take a selfie mid-speech. Whether it's Eastridge Park or even our own graduation just 5 minutes ago, everyone is taking a picture of themselves on stage. So, not wanting to be left out, I decided to get mine done right away, right? You guys are going to get in the way. Something that I've heard people say a lot is that high school is supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, right? Personally, I hope to God that's not true. Here's why, and don't get me wrong, I really liked high school, right? But the whole point of schooling is to prepare you for something, right? People don't become doctors so that they can go through med school. No, they do it so that they can save lives. Nobody wants to be a pilot so that they can go to flight school. They do that so they can see the world. Sophomores don't want to get their driver's license so that they can sit in on driver's ed. They do it so that they can back into someone while driving their parents' car in the parking lot at Woodbury. So in the same vein, high school is teaching us to be adults, to lead our lives. So why would the best part of our lives be the part that's preparing us for the rest of our lives? And I'm glad that I was prepared for that real world at Woodbury. 6 years ago, in the 6th grade, I moved from 1757 Euclid Street to Woodbury. We didn't move for a bigger house or to be closer to where my dad works or to have easier access to mini malls. No, we moved for the standout schools. And I think it was a good choice. What with the fantastic teachers who truly cared and went above and beyond what they were called to do. They've been getting us ready for life after high school since a ridiculously early age. I'm pretty sure they taught me how to make a resume freshman year. And all this contributes to how, as it's been said like 3 times today, we're like the 9th best school in the state out of 610 schools. So now that we've been chewed up and spit out and booed off stage by Woodbury, we're ready to take the real world by storm. We'll have jobs, real jobs, ones that pay more than minimum wage and come with dental insurance. Some of you will be lawyers, scientists, and famous artists. Some of you will be mixmasters, learned doctors, and astrographers. Some of you could peak in high school and never be able to mentally mature and move on. Some of you will peak in college and never be able to mentally mature and move on. Those people will go to grad school. Some of you are probably going to gain a lot of weight within the next year. I personally am planning on turning the freshman 15 into the freshman 30. 30 pounds of pure muscle. How else am I going to get sorority girls, right? Some of you are going to make a lot of cash in life. One of you could be the president, although it's statistically unlikely. But I mean, wouldn't it be cool to be able to say 10 years from now, hey, President cheated off my math homework in 10th grade. So, to wrap it up, what I'm trying to say is that we can go out there and do anything. We shouldn't let what happened in the first fifth of our lives dictate who we are, but use it to help shape who we'll become. And although I hope high school isn't the best 4 years of our lives, it certainly has been the best 4 so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to both of our speakers. Okay, seniors, here comes the presentation of the class. Seniors, you have met the requirements of the state of Minnesota and Independent School District 833. Superintendent Jacobus, members of the Board of Education, by the authority vested in me through my position as principal of Woodbury High School, I certify that the members of this class of 2014 gathered at this ceremony have completed the requirements and are eligible to receive a diploma. Mr. Herber, Mrs. Garski, Mr. Bach, Mr. Gagnon, Board of Education members, please grant the class of 2014 their diplomas. There we go. Will the first row of seniors please stand and come forward to receive your diplomas.
David James Lundberg, summa cum laude, valedictorian, German National Honor Society.
Nicholas James Kaplanowski.
Emily Renee Schomer, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Taylor Ann Kugler, magna cum laude.
Adam Jerome Sikora, magna cum laude.
William James Kuntz.
Pauline Elizabeth Amat, summa cum laude.
Carly Ann Kurtz, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Michael Aaron Ozzie.
Kyle Anthony Kwiatkowski.
Peter Evans Addo.
Meredith Jacqueline Lands.
Daniel Stephen Ahern.
Benjamin Joseph LaPrairie.
Andrew Alaboni.
Emily Nicole Larson, magna cum laude.
Dollins To Ackenbaum, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Lucas James Larson.
Felix Akinjo.
Oladapupo Fatai Lawal, Abbott.
Abdullahi S. Ali.
John Philip Lefferts.
Nicholas John Allen.
Carl Edward Leviska.
Olivia Rose Alston, magna cum laude.
Kyle Philip Lascarbo.
Matthew Richard Ambrose.
John Matthew Lecce, summa cum laude.
Dijon Bradley Ames.
Joseph Andrew Lecce, magna cum laude.
Emily Elizabeth Amundson, magna cum laude.
Brady James Lewis.
Emily B. Anderson.
Alexander Kyle Lindstrom, German National Honor Society.
Sarah Marie Apanian, cum laude.
Lorna Hu Lu, summa cum laude.
Raylan Victoria Armstrong, cum laude.
Tongmeng C. Lo.
Alexander Thomas Aschenbrenner, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Placelle May Longdingen Lopez, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth Rose Atkinson, summa cum laude.
Letitia Jaya Lore, cum laude.
Ronki Adilio Badawa, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Mason James Lau.
Brooke Olivia Baker.
Jamie Marie Luger.
Caitlin McKenna Balsamo.
Nathan S. Liu, cum laude.
Shane Michael Barton.
Daniel James Lundberg, summa cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Erin Elizabeth Baumer, summa cum laude.
Mao Fanmin Luong, magna cum laude.
Samantha Kathleen Bayless.
Anthony Joseph Mahadi, cum laude.
Ashley Marie Beckwith.
Jacqueline Regine Maloney.
Bailey Susan Bennett.
Brianna Alexa Mandich, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Patrick Bentley.
Kimberly C. Mao, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Jacob Samuel Berge.
Samuel B. Matthew.
Brandy Karen Bergman.
Amanda Catherine McAlpine.
Emily Marie Bertram, cum laude.
Molly Rose McKean.
Kennedy Ann Bertrand.
Nicholas Michael McLaughlin.
Benjamin Gerald Brzezinski.
William John McNiff.
Aditya Sanjay Basin, magna cum laude.
Carly Jean Mears, cum laude.
Nicholas James Biaggi, magna cum laude.
Jaden James Beatonwalt.
Jason Patrick Biza.
Samyuka Ratnam Melachuri, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Britta Marie Bürki, magna cum laude.
Benjamin Isaac Mercure.
Lisa Lynn Blount, summa cum laude.
Samantha Leslie Merrill.
Savannah Rose Bleasy, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Abigail Ann Ewers.
Caleb P. Blodgett, summa cum laude.
Ben Darrell Meyer, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Molly Claire Bolger, magna cum laude.
Danielle Nicole Meyer.
Daniel Douglas Orman.
Samantha Ann Militano.
Alex Joseph Brandt, magna cum laude.
Sarah Marie Militano.
Lee Robert Broadbent.
Sarah Teresa Miller, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Stephen Keith Brown, magna cum laude.
Andre Deshawn Mitchell.
Tyler Ross Brewitt.
Kathleen Sarah Mogul.
Kyle Jeffrey Bucci.
Andrew Joseph Manette.
Daniel Joseph Buckmeyer, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Taylor Brooke Monthman, summa cum laude.
Ryan Patrick Buckmeyer, magna cum laude.
Kalia Janice Montgomery Montez.
Jason Scott Buckeye Jr., cum laude.
Wesley Joshua Moore.
Stephen Philip Bunch, magna cum laude.
Zachary Scott Moreno.
Gina Bonnie Butte.
Champ Mua.
Mark Robert Kane, magna cum laude.
Melina Lou Mua. Abbott.
Fadwa Itzel Candia Vargas.
Daniel Raymond Maestrom.
Tierra Shantae Carr.
Catherine Marie Need.
Valentina Paz Cartagena Conero.
Cole Montgomery Nelson.
Christian Yannick Castro Romero, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Mackenzie L. Nelson.
Michael John Chandler, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Madeline Ann Nelson.
Joseph Michael Chavez, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Elizabeth Azat Nassim, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Micah Junhin Cheng, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Christina Anna Nevin.
William Patrick Shimoleski, Abbott.
Keisha Wong No, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Abby Maria Christensen, cum laude, Art National Honor Society.
Eileen Wynn.
Allison Marie Christensen.
Madeline J. Norston.
Michael Z. Hao Chu, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Kyle Nicholas Nyquist.
Jasmine Hannah Chum, magna cum laude.
Isaac Charles Oberg.
Nolan Russell Clark.
Lucas Allen Oberg.
Ian Spencer Clausen.
Maureen Joanne Oyen.
Delaney Marie Cleveland.
Kazumu Oiri Abbott.
Courtney Marie Cucharella.
Hannah Noel Oliver.
Isaiah Paul Cotton.
Charles Robert Olson, magna cum laude.
Cindy Loren Coleman, Be the Dream.
Bryn Nicole Woodhout, magna cum laude.
Marisol Contreras.
Samantha Rose Opitz.
Landon James Crossley.
Nathan Adam Orff, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Andrew Joseph Cunningham.
Tyler Eric Paget.
Garrett James Dahl.
Scott Hubert Pate, magna cum laude.
Mark Lewis Dahl, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Derek Joseph Parker.
Jeremy Lucas Daly, cum laude.
Reed Christian Peters.
Sarah Imelda Daly.
Anna Joy Peterson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Aaliyah Ella Mae Danielson, cum laude, Abbott.
Jacqueline Marie Peterson, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Isaiah Ashad Danielson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, Abbott.
Rose Marie Peterson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Cole Anthony Davis, cum laude.
Montgomery Ray Phillip.
Matthew Charles Delaney, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Carrie Alexander Phillips.
Darsh Nemesh Desai, German National Honor Society.
Daniel A. Clapper.
Brittany Lee Dixon.
Morgan Ashley Pliska, cum laude.
Sabrina Margaret Doden, cum laude.
Jordan David Bogansky, cum laude.
Carolyn Marie Domrose, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Nicholas William Pooler.
Anthony Robert Dorio, German National Honor Society.
Ariana Joelle Prey.
Mark Charles Dornfeld, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Morgan Shalene Price, German National Honor Society.
Brittany Lauren Douglas, magna cum laude.
Stephen Allen Prohl.
Angela Grace Dremel, cum laude.
Visa Jakob Hudaman.
Jacob Ryan Dremel, summa cum laude.
Ian Grant Rath.
Alexandra Elizabeth Drew, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Colin Joseph Reardon.
Mackenzie Lynn Dufresne.
Samantha Jolene Reichert, German National Honor Society.
Marie Elizabeth Duffy, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Art National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Christopher R. Renning, cum laude.
Alexandra Ettinger, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Caitlin Danielle Reuter.
Daniel James Ely.
William Thomas Rexroth, summa cum laude.
Greta Rose Eisenrich, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Alexander John Rataka, magna cum laude.
Garrett H. Ekstrand.
Benjamin John Rizzardi, summa cum laude.
Julio Miguel Mateo Max Ellis.
Allison Elizabeth Rock, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Carly Helen Engford.
Victor Osvaldo Rodriguez.
Carl Eric Engman.
Emily Sue Rorick, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Victoria Marie Erickson, magna cum laude.
Grace Marie Rogers, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Samuel Weston Factor.
Thea Marie Rogers, magna cum laude.
Cody Benjamin Farrar.
Griffin Runcie.
Emily Ann Fassbender, magna cum laude.
Benjamin James Sajka, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Natalie Royce Feldkamp, magna cum laude.
Jarrett Allen Sandin.
Eric James Fleming, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Amy Mayeli Santiago.
Nicolette Leoness Fleming, Be the Dream.
Lenny Corelli Santiago Quintal.
Brandon O'Neill Forkner.
Paula Nicole Santos Negroni, Be the Dream.
Tristan Jean Forstner.
Nicole Victoria Scarella.
Joseph Richard Frazel.
Jacob Ronald Schaefer, magna cum laude.
Jared Cameron Frisk, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Caitlin Claire Schuneman.
Manuel PCC Fuentes.
Lauren Grace Schlenker, magna cum laude.
Gretchen Caitlin Fear.
Alec William Schmidt.
Madison Marie Gaffney, summa cum laude.
Ryan Christopher Schmidt, Abbott.
Ryan David Garvey, magna cum laude.
Sarah Jean Schmidt, cum laude.
Lorenzo Darnell Green.
Marissa D. Schneider.
Robert Lee Garvey.
Emily Catherine Shane.
Samuel Joseph Garvey, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Brittany Ray Schaap, magna cum laude.
Kaylin Antoinette Geiser.
Maya Jo Schulte, magna cum laude.
Elizabeth Ann Geltman.
Jordan N. Sears.
Alyssa Michelle Giefer.
Nicholas Michael Sheep.
Hannah Lee Giesel.
Nicholas Andrew Shelton.
Jonathan Dean Glazer.
Miko Miguel Lee Smith.
Max Bryson Golden.
Vanilla Prue Shinwin, cum laude.
Stephen Joseph Gonzalez.
Cody Elena Shobrin, magna cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Groffman, magna cum laude.
Joseph Tyler Schubert.
Rachel Marie Renninger, magna cum laude.
Timothy Robert Sikora, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Christopher William Grenfell, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Alicia Christine Simon, German National Honor Society.
Nicholas John Grill.
Callie Jean Simons.
Savannah Marie Gross.
Ryan Christopher Sisterman.
Alyssa Marie Grithy.
Connor T. Skov.
Abdi Malik Omar Goulet.
Kimberly Marie Slagerman, German National Honor Society.
Nathan Dean Garola.
Jared Daniel Smith.
Alex Donna Gustafson.
Ryan Betcher Smith.
Brady Marie Gustafson, cum laude.
Sarah Elizabeth Smith.
Sarah Ann Gustafson.
Tyler Joseph Snyder.
Luke Edward Gutzman, German National Honor Society.
Trang Sun.
Brittany Sarah Hodge Ramda, magna cum laude.
Chloe Rose Spencer, summa cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Kaylee Nicole Higgin.
Nicole Marie Stanton.
Ryan Jacob Haight, cum laude.
Andrew Richard Steelman.
Callie Nicole Haight, magna cum laude.
Maria Elizabeth Stevenson, cum laude.
Jacob Alexander Albert.
Shanna Gabriella Stevenson, cum laude.
Anna Margaret Coleman.
Michael Andrew Stoddard, cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Henry Garner Halverson, cum laude.
John I. Stokes.
Jennifer Lynn Halverson.
Maya Elizabeth Stoll.
Devin James Hangy, summa cum laude.
Carter Harrison Stone, magna cum laude.
Taryn Timothy Hansen.
Jeremy Richard Storvik, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Emily Jean Harris. Harrison.
Megan Sue Sturgis, cum laude.
Miranda Lee Hartwig.
Christina Ann Swanson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Hayat Abdullahi Hashid, PhD.
Sydney Christina Swanson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Heather Ellen Hapful.
Erin Elizabeth Swanson, magna cum laude.
Joseph Jeffrey Hathaway.
Emily Rose Sweeney.
Nicholas Andrew Hogsted, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, German National Honor Society.
Stefan Edward Swenson, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Lucas Bradley Houseworth.
Chanel Lakita Taylor, Abbott.
Samuel Scott Hayes, summa cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Cassandra Shua Zhang Tao, cum laude.
Chasen Isaiah Hazlett.
Taylor Tui Meg Tao.
Jonah Joseph Hedstrom, cum laude.
Salia Anissa Thomas Hahn.
Martin F. Hernandez.
Dion Angelo Thompson.
Justin Hamilton Harold Plackett, magna cum laude.
Maya Ashanti Thompson.
John Michael Herron.
Vicky Galzupa Thor.
Ashley Joe Hickey, magna cum laude.
Johanny A. Toledo.
Anthony Ruben William Heeb.
Cole Anderson Tolkinen.
Isun Himi, cum laude.
Harrison Matthew Travers, magna cum laude.
Kirsten Anna Hoffman, summa cum laude.
Ryan Matthew Tremer, magna cum laude.
Brenton Robert Holliday, magna cum laude, Art National Honor Society.
Sarah Alice Urbas.
Ryan Michael Hopwood.
Sebastian Usuriaga Silva.
Megan Emily Howlett.
Caleb Arthur Van Ornum.
Hattie Shu, cum laude.
Hannah Glau Bang.
Peter Patrick Shu, magna cum laude.
Meg Joey Bang.
John Joseph Hurd.
Shane Chui Bang.
Nikita Sade Jackson Higgs.
Rachel Connie Beanbox.
Aditi Jarawala, magna cum laude.
Taylor John Voigt, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Ariel Kadri Jarvis.
Cole Archer Voigt.
Emma Elizabeth Jensen, German National Honor Society.
Jacob William Vondracek.
Alexandra Nicole Jesritz Coleman.
Sarah Ann Wallen, magna cum laude.
Matthew Peter Jessen Howard, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Elizabeth Rhea Wallace.
Stephen Daniel Jessen Howard, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Anthony James Walsh.
Colton Archie Johnson.
Shane Anton Wasesha.
Danielle Jade Johnson.
Dylan Ross Waugh.
Hannah Renee Johnson, magna cum laude.
Vaughn Allen Wyrens. magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Monica Rebecca Johnson, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Aaliyah Ayana West, magna cum laude.
Tyler James Johnson.
Christy Lynn Westerbeck.
Howard T. Bertolano Jones.
Eric Bennett Westfall, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Malika Marie Louise Jones.
Janae Jordan Wilson.
Rachel Lee Jones, cum laude.
Seth Allen Winger, summa cum laude.
Hayden Jeffrey Jorgensen.
Hannah Mae Wise.
Joseph Aloysius Kading.
Duncan Gray Wolf.
Saruti Calator, magna cum laude, National Honor Society.
Christian Thomas Wallner, summa cum laude.
Emily Ann Kagas, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Grace Suzanne Wood, cum laude.
Christian Alexander Karalunas, summa cum laude.
Justin Thomas Wright.
Monica Renee Kelly.
Kaylee Rose Wadala, magna cum laude.
Rachel Ann Kelly.
Meg Zhang.
Samne L. Keel.
Neng Zhang.
Abigail Lynn Kishka.
Nicholas Odom Yan.
Mackenzie Colette Kincaid.
Kelvin Tanner Tang Yang.
Barnes Bong Yang Kibben, cum laude.
Mi Bang Yang, magna cum laude.
Alex Miguel Klaus.
Sandy Yang.
Quinlan Canavan Klett.
Amanda Rathana Yeon.
Ian Axel Kohlers.
Yedidya Yimmer.
Nathan Jayong Kung, summa cum laude, National Honor Society.
Nicholas Anton Yokum.
Cassandra Juliana Corpy.
Peter James Yaki.
Ariel May Kramer, cum laude.
Jordan Ann Yorchek.
Chandler Miles Crack, summa cum laude. Catherine Angel Krybeck, magna cum laude, German National Honor Society.
Let's have a round of applause. principal, I am left with the most wonderful memories. Took you 4 years to get out, it took me 12 years. Yep. But, you know, from now on, remember when we were all Royals together. The Royal Rouser is going to be played as the final activity of this commencement. Please listen to it, this time as a graduate of Woodbury High School. And then at its conclusion, there's a special moment that students toss their caps into the air and they begin a new phase of their lives. So parents, you may want to get your cameras ready. Mr. Katzenmeyer, the Royal Rouser.